Alrighty, so here we are at our villas. So we're in 148 and 149. And there's absolutely no difference between them whatsoever, and I suspect it's the same for all of them running the whole way down here. Now we're at a pretty far end. That's the Spa Island right there, so we're like, what, 4 from the end. And as I was kind of saying before, I think the walk-ins is so much and there's no bikes provided that if you were going to choose a room, you probably might want to go a bit more central than where we are. But anyway, come and have a look at the room. So it's at high tide at the moment, so there's a bit of water here, and it's worth just picking up on that. If you have a look down here at the moment, okay, it's about a foot deep. Okay, low tide, that's just sand. Just shows you how much it goes down. Because you can snorkel out the front here, but not at low tide. Okay, so I kind of like the look, the island look, the roof that they've done, the way they've done the roof in here, the browns, everything. It's kind of what you might expect. You know, the fact that this place has been around for over 50 years, I was expecting potentially worse than this. I was expecting it just to be a bit more dilapidated, but it's fine, perfectly fine. Now in here, I'll just show you, if you come around here, you've got a pool filter. So these are the villas with a pool. It's got a pool filter and your air conditioning. Now that's, on the other side of that wall is your head when you're sleeping. Now when I first got in here, I was like, oh geez, that's really noisy, that's gonna really do my head in. But it's actually been okay. It's actually been fine. I think it's because the waves lapping makes so much sound, and there's a fan as well. It actually hasn't been a problem, but if you're really, really light and you're really, really sensitive to sound, that might be a little bit of an issue for you, but you're not gonna get away from it here. You've all got them in the same place. Oh, one thing as well, they only gave us 1 card for each room when we first got here. Then we had to go back to them and say, hey, there's 5 of us, can we get 5 cards? At which point they did, but only 1 at one time, which is a shame because you need to put that in to get the power. Anyway, come through. So, cozy, for sure, but really nice. So, as you come in through your entranceway, you've got a bit of a little bar situation going on here. So some booze, some food, it's all gonna cost you money. Nothing's included, even if you're on full board. I really don't quite get that. Like coffee, sorry, you can have coffee, that's fine, that's free. But if you're on full board, I don't know why the soft drinks aren't free, but they're not. You got a little wine fridge down here as well, which is a nice extra touch. And then you got your actual fridge as well, which has got, you know, a couple of beers and soft drinks and wine, champagne, a few bits and pieces in it for you, should you want it. Little workplace over here. So it hasn't got the greatest aspects, you're not looking out over the ocean, but it does give you a little place to do some work, and it has been actually handy for us. If you do a U-turn over here, you've got kind of his and hers, well not really his and hers, but just some space. So two big drawers under here, place for your bags, safe, ironing board, iron, hanging space, slippers down the bottom. You can go get laundry done if you want to, or pay for it. And then a bit more space over here as well, including some extra pillows. There's some robes as well. So that's what you got in terms of your storage space, so more than enough for 2 people. Now around here, we have obviously the bed. So like I said, your head's right up against that wall, and you can definitely hear the aircon in the filter, but the filter turns off at night, and that definitely makes a difference. And it's been fine after that. Aircon's worked really well. The room's been cool every time we've come in here. And the fan is appreciated, just helps kind of circulate the air. I love the nice high top. It just makes this kind of relatively small space feel a lot bigger than it is. Now, this is set up as a 3rd bed in both the rooms. So I don't know if that's standard, or whether it's usually just a lounge, or whether they thought one of the kids were going to stay in here. But that's what you can expect if you're going to have a child sleeping with you. So that's your 3rd bed scenario. I don't know if they'll let you have any more capacity than that in here, but as you can see, in front of the bed here, there is plenty of space for a cot as well if you needed it. Bed is not bad. It's not super luxe, it's not crazy luxe off the charts, but it's comfortable. Pillows are pretty good too, actually. Softish, but not crazy soft. pretty happy with that. Power points on both sides of the bed, always handy, including USB-A direct ports. It's worth noting as well that all the way through the Maldives, our Australian ports, they all seem to be, most of the hotels, I think all of them that I've been in, have power points which just seem to be universal. So the Australian plugs just go straight in. It's like, yes. Excellent. TV over here, life vests, and a little kind of food serving tray here. The TV channels have good reception, a couple of movie channels, a couple of news channels, not a whole lot going on. What the weird thing is they're not smart TVs, so they're not connected to the internet, which is a bit annoying. I don't understand why. This has the features to do that. It has a Netflix button on the remote, for example, but the Netflix app isn't there because it's not connected to the internet and there's no way of connecting it to the internet. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe they're just worried about people just smashing the bandwidth or something. Before I take you outside, have a quick look in here. So one of the tight things I've got in here is this toilet space, which is really, really tight. Like my knees are almost up against the wall in there. So we've got this very tight a toilet on one side and then a very tight shower on the other side with a rainmaker and a hose, and that rainmaker I can only just fit my head under. Don't understand why so many places insist on doing short showers. Why? Pipe costs like a couple of cents. Just go a little bit higher and let us tall guys have a shower. So in here, nice little basin, bit of bench space, not amazing, but as a whole it's large, but obviously really nice here with the bath and the shutters that just looks out over the crashing waves and the ocean and the reef. Very, very nice. Frames it beautifully. I love the way the light filters through. It's really, really nice. And over here as well, you've got a door to the outside world, so you can come in and out of the wet room, which is good. This doesn't seal at all in this room. So you can see, you might be able to see there, it's loose, and that's created a whistling effect when the wind's been howling through there, but you can close that door and not hear it. In the other room, that's not the case, but that's what it is in our case. So what I don't understand is if you look over here and the amount of space, I just don't know why they didn't make this that short and just gave themselves a bit of extra room here. Again, I think maybe potentially built by short people. All right, let's have a look on the balcony. So I believe there's pool villas and non-pool villas, I believe. Doors seal pretty well, not too bad. They're not the greatest, but they haven't done any of this, which is good. A couple of basic sun lounges, just pretty, unflashed material. It would have been a lot nicer if those are, proper cushioned sun lounges. They'd be a lot nicer, but better than nothing. A little outdoor sitting area as well. The pool isn't big, but sizes and everything. It's just so lovely, just kind of hanging out in it, putting your chin down on the end there, or having a drink, and just watching the waves roll in. There's been some incredible waves coming through here while I've been staying here, and each of these kind of villas has the same thing running along. It's really lovely having a pool, and I've used it a lot. And so have the kids. 3 kids have been jumping around and everything like that. And obviously you've got your own private entrance into the reef. And like I said, the snorkeling around here is okay. It's just not very deep. And I don't know how that changes much seasonally, if it gets much deeper than that. I don't think so, because if you look at the ladder right now, you can see that it's at the step it's at the moment is not discoloured, but everything under it is covered in algae. So I'd say this is as high as it gets. And it's probably only about waist deep at this tide. At low tide, it's like not much shin deep. So if you get at the right tide, you can go have a little snorkel around there. There's plenty of fish, but I'd go the other side of the island. The only thing that's a bit of a bummer with this one, 149 and 148, and I guess all the ones on this end, is that the sunset's right there. And we had the most beautiful sunset last night, and you couldn't see it because you can't see through these shutters at all. So I was trying to lie out here and kind of watch the sunset, but you can't. You can do it from the corner of your pool at least, so that's something. But yeah, so that's a bit of a bummer. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with the room. Like, it's a small, confined but fully functional space, and it's been comfortable to be in. And the pool and the outlook really makes it. And being on this side of the island as well, you're kind of looking out into the distance, you're not looking back at Marley as well. You wouldn't even know Marley existed on this side of the island. And for me personally as a surfer, it's just been rad having that right there. Absolutely.